Once again, another Thursday, another Odyssey. What have we got? Journey of the Misplaced. Are you geared enough for this perilous journey? Oh god. I hate the fact that they used the word gear there. Alright, let's have a look at hard difficulty. Surely they've got... Oh wow, they've got Dark Castle. Yep, and geared. That's going to be a pain. Alright, let's have a look at the journey ahead. So we've got hard standard, 3 to 60. Okay, 60's fine. 60's nice. Dark Castle, hard standard, 3 to 80. That could be a bit difficult. Shoots, medium standard, 1 to 60. But balloons are 10% faster and Moabs are 10% faster. So that shouldn't be too bad. Shoots isn't the worst map in the world. Hedge, balloons are 25% faster. Moabs are 10% faster, 3 to 80 standard. And medium standard, stream bed. Balloons are 25% faster, Moabs are 10% faster, 1 to 60. Okay, so overall this isn't too bad. It's just geared's only going to 60, so that shouldn't be too terrible. We can use snipers a lot for that. Dark Castle's probably going to be one of the tricky ones, 3 to 80. Just because there's no really like perfect place to set up a Ninja Alchemist combo. That is, if we can actually use that. Alright, so speaking of which, let's have a look at our crew. We cannot use Ninja Alchemist, but we can use Wizard Alchemist, which is almost as good, and we still have Dart Monkeys as well, so that's pretty good. It says all heroes, but we know that can be sometimes a lie. So let's check out what heroes we can actually use and set up what team we want. Okay, so we can only use these guys in reality. Benjamin is quite tempting here. Can we use banana farms? No, we cannot. Benjamin's quite tempting here, but I feel like we should go with Oban just to be safe, or maybe even Hedora. Hedora's pretty strong as well, but see, this is... You know what, we're gonna go for Oban just because he has synergy with these two. Alright, so we'll throw in... Oh, we can only have one wizard. Oh, that's gonna be painful. We'll definitely have 2 alchemists. 2 Dartling Gunners. Oh, Dartling Gunners on geared. I've never tried that before. That's going to be fun. Oh, we can only have 1 sniper. That's rude. Okay, two Dartling Dart Boys. Dartling Dart Boys. Definitely going to get some planes. Let's see. Would a glue gunner be useful? Not sure, but I'll throw... If I don't have anything else in mind, I'll throw them in. There's not a lot of water on most of these maps, is there? Some, none, none. Oh wait, isn't there water here? Oh no, this is... I can't really see it all that well, but there might be water here. But yeah, it's not going to help us with geared, so we may as well just ignore it. So no subs for us, sadly. Okay, so we'll just get a glue gunner and then beef up the rest of what we have. Like so. I think that'll be good. We don't need more than 1 glue gunner, and we've maxed out everything else except for planes, but actually, do we need 4 planes? I don't think so, but we'll get 1 mortar and then 3 planes. Alright, this is final. This is what I'm starting with. Should be able to win with that, because they didn't give us much options anyway. Okay, so stream bed. Wait, is this one called stream bed? I don't even know. But this one, what is this map called? Yeah, stream bed. Okay, stream bed, not too difficult. Quite a lovely map. Starting at level 1, ending at round 60. Shouldn't be too difficult, especially if you have your beautiful free dart monkeys. God, they're just the best. So, now that Ninja Alchemist is no longer a combo that we can utilize here, we're gonna have to go with Wizard Alchemist, which isn't bad, but it can't pop purples. That's the only problem. And so we are going to have a Dart Monkey or something that can, because Oban also can't pop purples. See, that's the only downside of not having a ninja, is that ninjas are perfect for popping any type of balloon if you cross it with an alchemist. But if you're using a wizard instead, then obviously you can't pop purples easily. There are still ways to do it, but we don't have a village, which kind of sucks. Anyway, what's this called? New Odyssey. New Odyssey, new week. No longer the New Year's Odyssey, which was quite unique actually. It's that one kind of flipped us on our heads for the first time. Gave us one round, but it was actually like 40 to 80 rounds crammed into one. I do miss that. That was a pretty good Odyssey. I do love that one, but at the same time, it was rather easy. And I feel like with this one, they're kind of just recycling what they've done before with previous Odysseys. But I'm sensing that maybe the reason they're doing this and making it like Odysseys we've seen before is either they've got something new up their sleeves or the exact opposite and they've ran out of ideas. So they're just throwing us this one for now, and then maybe next week's will be insanely more complicated. But as of right now, this doesn't seem like too difficult in Odyssey. I would highly recommend having the Dartling Gunner unlocked for this Odyssey if you don't already. I know some people don't have the Dartling Gunner unlocked, and so they can't use it in the Odysseys. But honestly, I feel like you should most certainly get it for this Odyssey right here. It's going to help you out so much if you can set up a Dartling Gunner with Hydra rockets, especially on Geared, and especially on, what's it called, Dark Fortress? Dark Castle. It's going to help you out so much there. Honestly, I don't know if I'd be able to beat Dark Castle without Dartling Gunners. But they certainly do help. Having Hydra rockets on any map makes it a lot easier to handle, regardless of the map. Now we could get Arcane Mastery here, which is pretty good of an upgrade, considering it makes the damage range of our wizard insanely bigger. Like, besides maybe the Super Monkey, I don't think there's an upgrade that increases the range of a tower's damage area by so much. Like, look at this. Boom. Oh, and maybe the Crossbow Master. Crossbow Master might be on par with that. But yes, the only bad thing about this is that this little boy right here can't pop purples, and so we're gonna need someone who can. And that someone is gonna be this Dart Monkey, hopefully. So I'm not sure how we'll go for wave 40 here, because I haven't done see, I almost said Ninja Alchemist. I haven't done a Wizard Alchemist combo for quite some time, just because Ninja Alchemist is much safer, to be honest. But I think we should be able to still get through this. It shouldn't be too difficult to charge through. And now that our Dart Monkey can kind of hold off on his own for a bit, we might bust out the Alchemist right about now, or soon. Quite soon. But yeah, I think Dart Monkey's essential for this run. Dartling Gunner's also probably essential. Actually, I might remove this, just to get it out the way. We've got all bases covered for now. Oben can pop leads, he can pop camos, he can pop camos and almost can pop leads. The only thing we can't pop very well is purples and maybe Moabs. So we need to look into those, but there you go, there's the purples getting taken out. The Dartling Gunner can pop everything on his own. So I'm thinking that's what we'll be getting next. Place him in the back here. We'll lock him in place just for now, just so he doesn't ruin where we're trying to focus on actually playing the game. So there we go, we'll just put him there. I like going top path plus the middle path. Oben, thank you. I honestly didn't realize that nothing else could pop leads there, and I was just like, oh crap, are we screwed? And then I remembered Oben. That's entirely why we chose him. Early lead popping power and magic buffs. Alright, get this faster barrel spinning, which is essential for dealing extra damage. Look at it go. It's amazing. And yeah, this is generally the Dartling Gunner I like, getting the Hydra Rocket Pods plus the Laser Shock. You can go through the bottom path as well, and it doesn't alter, like, it doesn't stop you from popping every type of balloon. Well, once you get the Hydra Rocket Pods, you can pop every type of balloon with your Dartling Gunner. And so the top and bottom path really don't make too much of a difference. I just like the top path because of the accuracy, but You can also go for the bottom path if you prefer to swivel, and what's the other one? If you prefer powerful darts over laser shock or focus firing, then by all means. So we're gonna get ourselves... You know what, we'll get ourselves an alchemist here. Just around here so that he doesn't buff Oban. We don't want the alchemist buffing our hero because he's not strong enough for it to matter just yet. But we do want him buffing our lovely wizard here because that's going to make a lot more of a difference. And then maybe even later on we'll buff our beautiful Dartling Gunner. Alright, but so far so good. We're holding them back. Even these pinks aren't getting through, which is good news for us. I don't know how well we're going to do against the Moab unless we actually start aiming with the Dartling Gunner rather than just keeping him locked in place. If we unlock him from just aiming straight like down there, we could easily pop the Moab and everything inside. But I want to see if we can do it without unlocking him. That would be pretty good for us. Alright, so if you know the Ninja Alchemist combo that I go with, usually we'd be set up by now, having a 401 for both Ninja and the Alchemist, and then we could just cruise through most of these rounds, just chilling. But for the Wizard Alchemist combo, now that I'm set up relatively well here, once we hit 40 and know that we can beat 40, then we can just chill until 50, and hopefully that'll give us enough money to get Arcane Spike, which will pretty much change the entire outcome of how this will play out. Okay, so we can deal with a Moab without having to actually aim with the Dartling Gunner, which is beautiful. Would have sucked if we had to actually restart there, but we're fine. And now we've got roughly 10 rounds of just chilling, going to the toilet, having like a drink of water, just have a bathroom break, come back in like 5 minutes, and you should be at round 50 and handling it with no problems, because in my opinion, once you get to round 40 and you take out the Moab, depending on how quickly you took it out, if you take it out really quickly, you don't have to worry about the next 10 rounds. You just don't. But if you took it out and it came pretty close, like around here, maybe beef up your defense during this time. But honestly, through rounds 40 to 50, if you've got a solid defense, you can just chill, save up for a good upgrade. I'm saving up for Arcane Spike, so that Moabs are pretty much a thing of the past, and so that we can pop a lot more, a lot faster. So here we go. Get to around 300 more, 200 more, 100 more, and perfect. Okay, so now that we've got Arcane Spike, we don't have to worry about Moabs too much, but I'm still worried about regular balloons. Not massively worried, but it's still in the back of my mind, so we'll get Sharpshooter, get those potential crit hits, which could deal a lot more damage, and then we're going to save up for some Hydra Rockets. I'm not going to skip through any of the rounds here, through editing and whatnot, just because, if you guys didn't know, for the first part of the Odyssey, I do the first 2 maps. The second part gets released the next day, on the Friday, and I do the last 3 maps. And the first part of the Odyssey, I never edit. I try my best not to edit it. I try to show you every single thing, just in case it's some sort of new mechanic that we need to figure out and understand together. So I show you every single wave. Usually it's a short one like this anyway, where it only goes to 60 or 40 even for the first couple, so it's not too bad. We get ourselves the Hydra Rockets, and just look at that difference. Look how much of a difference that makes. I'm sorry, are the other monkeys playing? No, I don't think so. They get the occasional shot in, but Hydra Rockets just dominates. Absolutely dominates. So we are straight chilling with that. And at this point, I honestly don't think we need much more defense, but just in case we have troubles with Moabs, just get an Operation Dartstorm. If you were going to 90, I'd recommend the middle path, but if you're not, go the bottom path. just get that extra pure damage straight in. If you're going the middle path, that gives you camo detection, and so I'd recommend if you're going to DDTs, which is around 90 and onwards, well, depending on the game mode, but yeah, for something like 60, we definitely don't need it. We're going to be chilling for now. We can just sit back, relax, grab a snack and watch. And honestly, anything else we place right now isn't necessary. Like, I'm just placing the sniper for fun. Screw it, we'll place a mortar monkey. I don't think we'll use it all that much, so we may as well place it in the early game to make it look like we actually used it a little. Get that shell shock. But yeah, at this point in time, the defense is solid enough without the sniper, the mortar, and no, wait, you still need the dart monkey. Dart monkey's solid. He's not great, but he's good for purple popping power. And if this guy, for some reason, misses a purple balloon, he's got it covered rather quickly. So that's why we're holding on to him. Could get the big one, I guess. No, we've got the semi-automatic. Alright, and now we are just chilling. We've got wave 59 covered for camo leads. We've got that covered with the wizard, as well as our dartling gunner at the bottom. And if we got a 5th tier dart monkey, we would have had it covered with that as well. But yes, we seem to have absolutely destroyed Streambed. Wasn't too difficult for us. I don't even think, yeah, there was no money in that forest ability from Oben there. So we are literally just chilling. We've got not a lot left to do. Fully auto rifle, why not? And there goes the BFB. Easily done for the first map. Let's move on to Hedge. Hedge can be quite difficult, just because of how awkward the map is. But man, I hate Geared. Geared is one of the hardest maps in my opinion. So, let's put Oben right where we want him, and put our dart monkey relatively close by. Alright, let's go. So yeah, like I said, dart monkey free at the start of every single game does help out quite a bit in terms of damage. Like, just because I like using the dart monkey in general, he does help out quite a bit, so I don't mind placing him early. But in certain situations, it can mean the difference between winning and losing a game. So I'm going to place the wizard. We're definitely placing him in this little gap. I'm going to place him right around there, just so that the alchemist can still reach him. Also, if you're worried about this positioning, do not fret, because once you get, I think, oh no, once you get the first upgrade, you can see through walls. There you go. So we just saw the red outline on his radius disappear. That means he can now see through that wall and attack any balloons on that side, regardless of it being behind a wall. He just does not care. So there we go. Get ourselves monkey sense to pop those camo balloons, and then it would be nice to get arcane blasts and arcane magic. I believe there's the one after that. But I want to test something really quick, just to see if this is a viable strategy. Just because I know he can't pop purples. That's a damn shame. And that will continue to be a damn shame for quite some time. But obviously our dart monkey can, so we need to focus on upgrading that first. But I wonder if we... No, I don't think we can. But that's alright. Sorry, I'm just thinking aloud. I was just thinking about how to pop leads. Can do it with the alchemist. Oben's got us covered for leads though, so we don't have to worry about it too much. We just need to worry about the purples. And the purples can be popped by a sniper. That could be interesting. Okay, let's get Arcane Mastery just because it's what we did last time and it worked really well, so we may as well just keep it going. Keep the ball rolling, keep the strategy similar, so that you can just continuously apply it to different maps and different game modes. It'll help out quite a lot. Dartling Gunners feel like they should be good on this map, but I don't think they actually would be. Like, there is limited straight lines you can aim down. And by that I mean these hedges are in the way of you aiming across the map, which is essentially the direction they are trying to go. They're trying to get from the left to the right, and you can only aim up and down. Like, don't get me wrong, these parts would be great for Dartling gunners, but you don't want to leave them on their own as like a single line of defense if you can help it. But we're going to try it anyway, just because it's dumb and it's fun. So we're going to put our first Dartling gunner down. Also, highly recommend getting the monkey knowledge that allows you to put down military monkeys for a lot cheaper, especially if it's the first one. So there, just for now, we can aim him up here. But we're going down our usual upgrade path down the middle. I'm just glad I've memorized the hotkeys for these upgrades. Quite handy. Definitely recommend it. It's if you don't know what the hotkeys are, you can check them out in the settings if you're in the main menu. But if you just want to know the hotkeys for like simple things like upgrading, we're going to go down this path actually. But yeah, the upgrade hotkeys are the less than, greater than symbol, also tied in with the comma and full stop, and the question mark. So the less than symbol would be the top row, the greater than symbol would be the middle row, and the question mark would be the bottom row. So there you go. If you were ever wondering what those were, oh, we've still got it on normal, we haven't locked it in. You know what, we will lock it in just for now, just because I want to focus on other things for the time being. Put him here, there we go. So, I feel like this path is actually a lot stronger than the top path that I usually go for, but I just like the accuracy being a lot better for the top path. It just feels a lot nicer to be able to sit back, relax, and just obliterate with perfect accuracy. Oh wow, I just realized that the wizard and the Dartling gunner are the only ones that can see camo right now. Definitely not a bad thing, but something to keep in mind. Also, buckshot is great and all, but I just don't like the 5th tier. Like, I can understand why people would, it's pretty strong, but I just don't like the look of it mainly. I'd much rather prefer a 4th tier middle path, or even a 4th tier top path, to the bottom tier 5th tier. It's just not great. It's ugly to look at, and it's a monstrosity in my mind. Not saying it's bad, in terms of actual gameplay damage and all that, I just don't like the look of it. Okay, so we're about to get our Hydra Rocket pods. This is going to be quite nice for us because this will be really strong, especially with that +3 pierce per shot. So getting this next is going to help us out quite a bit with the Moab, but we might have to follow it just because we haven't got the upgrades we got in the last game. But for now, this should be quite strong on its own. We'll give ourselves an Alchemist buff to the Wizard Monkey. Hopefully that's in range. Oh, but Oben is as well, that sucks. I guess we can deal with that. We'll give it faster throwing. Hopefully that'll make the wizard more able to receive that buff. Alright, round 39. Let's see if we can handle a Moab. We should be able to with Hydra Rocket pods alone, but let's see how everybody else holds up if we just keep him locked in place. We'll see how it goes. Here it comes. Okay, so the wizard can handle it. Obviously his range is massive and he can see over the barriers as we just saw there, which is beautiful. Admittedly, did get a little close there, but not many would have gotten through, if any at all did. So we're still pretty solid at the moment. We'll get stronger stimulant. That'll be quite nice. Also, can we actually like shoot over these? No, so they are barriers and they will in fact block our shots. That's the reason why I didn't want to go long ways on this map. because your shots get blocked and then you're just terrible. Alright, 40 to 50. We should have been saving up for Arcane Spike. And so we are going to do so now. But yeah, the reason I don't edit the first video is because it's only 2 maps, so it's going to be short. The other 3 do come the next day, and I do get a little bit more time to edit and properly take care of that so that it's a lot shorter, rather than just a really long video of me doing rounds 3 to 80 like 3 times over, because that's generally what the last few maps are. But not to worry, we should be able to get through them quite quickly, and I'll edit them down so that it's not too bad. Alright, but we're on our way to Arcane Spike, which will make Moabs a lot easier to take out. And then once we get that, we can focus on dealing with Wave 63, which we can deal with quite easily if we get ourselves a Crossbow Master. Now that I think about it, maybe we shouldn't go for Arcane Spike first. I think we should go for Crossbow Master instead. Changing my mind. Alright. So now we're aiming for Crossbow Master instead. And the reason for it is because I know for a fact that Crossbow Master can deal with 63. It's going to be difficult from the position that he's in. I didn't really think ahead for that. But I know for a fact that he can take it out fairly easily. So we're going to aim for that instead. And we'll buy it on Wave 63. Just in case it doesn't work, then we can just swap out to Arcane Spike instead, and maybe Hydra Rockets, the ability, Missile Storm or something. I think that should cover most of the bases. But alright, now we're literally just chilling until Wave 62 comes along, and we can get ourselves that Crossbow Master. We should be able to afford it before then, like by a long shot too, but just for now, we'll hold on to it until 60, just to make sure. Also, make sure to use Oben's abilities. The first one, just spam it every time you can, and it shouldn't make too much of a difference if you save it or not for a certain round. As for his second ability, not the big red button ability, that's just a monkey knowledge point for my Dartling Gunner, but the forest ability, definitely place that down if it's not down already. But if you've already got one down, well, it depends how confident you feel. If you feel confident that you'll beat up the rest of the waves, and at the moment it's not giving you enough cash, like extra money from all the balloons filling it up, then yeah, I'd say use it again and move it. But if it's in a pretty good spot, hasn't been filled up too much, but you feel like a wave coming up soon could ruin your style, your jazz, then definitely would recommend waiting, letting it fill up and pop, and then using another one, just to make sure you get all the cash from it. Alright, so we've got our Crossbow Master available for us to get. Now, ordinarily I would buy Crossbow Master immediately, but in the position that he's in right now, I'm not sure how easy it'll be for him to actually pop all these ceramics. Like, don't get me wrong, he can do it, and I know that. It's just there's the issue of his aiming capabilities, because he's not aiming straight down one pathway. He's always like at an angle in some way, shape or form to the pathway rather than directly down it. So that's the only issue that's coming to mind. Let's see if we can beat a BFB with just this as our setup. It shouldn't be too bad for it. Yeah. And then... okay. That's pretty full up, so we're going to use the ability. That kind of sucks, because that means this is gone already. So let's see how we fare here. Okay, wave 62. So if you don't know why we're waiting to buy the Crossbow Master, essentially if you buy something in the middle of a round and you have to reset, like back out, go home and then hit continue again, you will get all of that money back to respend. Slow it down here. Are we good? We seem good, but at the same time, I'm going to unlock him just to make sure this gets finished off nicely. There we go. Okay, so now that we're at 63, we can officially buy our Crossbow Master. who should be able to wipe these guys out. There you go, finished them off nicely. Speed it up again. Go. Alright, all is well. But yeah, if for example we had troubles with this round, for some reason and the crossbow master wasn't doing it, we could just exit, come back, we'd have all of our money, no crossbow master, but we'd have all of our money back, and so we could try out a different strategy instead with like $30,000, rather than just, oh, we've spent all our money and it doesn't work, well, restart, you know? So hopefully that's a handy little tip for some of you, and I'm sure others probably already knew that and were just like, yeah, whatever, Gramps. Alright. But now we're just chilling. Now that we've got Crossbow Master and Arcane Spike and Hydra Rocket Pods, we are literally just chilling at the moment. Like, look how quickly these Moabs get demolished. It's crazy good. Alright, so just on top of that, to make sure that nothing else gets through, we'll go center path and top path, or top tier. Now, do we want a Spectre or do we want Moab damage? I'm thinking a Spectre, just because we already have plenty of Moab damage. So we'll get a Spectre as soon as we can, really. Okay, we're round 69. What comes on round 69? Doesn't look like a lot. I've only memorized certain rounds, and not even like completely. I just know like the first camo round, the first lead round, the first camo lead round, the first Moab, BFB, ZOMG. Those three are easy. I haven't memorized the first purple or camo purples round, because usually by that time I'm set up enough that I don't need to worry too much about them. But as for all the others, it's good to know what rounds your opponents are coming on. Alright. So we seem to be doing quite well. 8 grand in the bank. 8 rounds left to go. Shouldn't be that difficult. Spectre, 26,000. I don't know if we'll be able to afford it in time. Actually, we probably will be able to afford it in time. I often underestimate how long rounds 78 and 79 actually go for, and how much money they actually give you. So we probably will be able to afford it in time before round 80, but just barely. Just barely. But yeah, so far so good. Oben's buffing the mage to be even better than he already is, as well as the alchemist. Admittedly, I did not want the alchemist to be able to reach Oben. I just wanted him to buff the wizard alone, but what can you do? What can I say? Not much. Alright. So I hope everyone's having a pretty good New Year's. I'm going out tomorrow. I'm going to play some mini golf, which is going to be amazing. Hopefully the room is air conditioned, because it's indoor mini golf. Indoor mini golf plus apparently it's also 3D. I don't know what that means, but I'm interested and intrigued to find out what that actually entails. 3D mini golf, as if every other mini golf place is two-dimensional. So we'll see what that means, and I will report back at some point within the week, because I won't be able to report back by tomorrow, because I do that video early in the morning, probably before we actually leave for it. But so far so good. Round 77 going down pretty smoothly. Round 78 can be tricky because of all of the ceramics, so I'm worried about that a little bit. But at the same time, we still do have our crossbow master, so it shouldn't be too terrible for us. Alright, round 78, here it comes. All the ceramics. And okay, yep. Crossbow master guaranteed the win there. Then we've got a BFB, then we've got some purples, and then we've got camo ceramics, which can be pretty tricky, but luckily our crossbow master can see camo. Same with this guy, same with this guy. Oben and the alchemist cannot, and neither can this plane. But that doesn't matter too much. The important ones can see and pop camos, so no issues here. Alright, And we're very close to getting the Spectre. And look, round 78's not even over, and we can almost afford the Spectre. This is what I mean by I often underestimate how much cash these rounds give me. Just because it's so much, just for 78 and 79. You get so much cash. You often don't even realize how much you're getting. Alright, so let's move this to exactly where it was before. Nice. And we're just done. We're chilling. We don't need anything else. I think the Sniper Monkey, maybe the Mortar Monkey, and a couple more Dartling Gunners are going to be much more useful on geared. As for the other maps, the Dark Castle, that's going to be pretty tricky on its own, but I feel like Dartling Gunners up on the castle itself should help that out quite a lot. And the Monkey Ace is just brilliant for anywhere, just because it's global damage. So there you go. Tomorrow's video will be Shoots, Dark Castle, and geared. But just for now, this is like a little introduction, part 1, to Journey of the Misplaced. Are you geared enough for this perilous journey? So there you go. That's part 1 finished. Stay tuned tomorrow for part 2, where we tackle the last 3 maps. And I hope you guys have all enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.